What's going on, everybody?
Hey, y'all!
Yeah, we are back.
Woo!
Yes, it is Drinks and Conversation.
The podcast.
Yes, and I am Intro Picks, and I'm always in the building.
And I'm Oxytocin, and it's always going down.
What's going on, Oxytocin?
I'm good, man. What's going on with you, Intro Picks?
Man, I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to be back on the
know.
show.
It's been a while.
It's been a little minute.
Yeah. How was your weekend?
Well, how was our weekend?
I know.
Listen, we had a phenomenal weekend.
Absolutely.
I'm still like on a high from
You and me
this
both.
weekend.
You and me both. It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was like, it was more than I expected.
Mm-hmm.
And I always expect for it to be great, don't get me wrong. But it was like,
This time it was on fire.
Yes.
So
Blazing.
this weekend we had our 5th installment of Drinks and Conversation. Yes, this was the event. And we've been promoting this for months and months. And it finally happened.
And all our promotion definitely paid off.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. So
I just want to say a big thank you to all the individuals who created like meetup groups and just like separate groups to invite people to come.
Yeah.
I think that was really, really dope. Someone told me, I went around, I spoke with everyone, and this guy was like, I saw the event on Facebook, so I created a meetup group and I invited people to come. So I was just in the corner chatting with the whole meetup group, and that was really, really cool.
Yeah.
They were all really, really nice. So thank you all. Thank you.
that was cool. We had people who came from all over.
Absolutely.
Like literally all over to come to this event, and it was just phenomenal just to meet them and have a drink or two
Chat
in a conversation,
Chat it up a bit.
just a little bit. So it was on point. Listen, everything ran smoothly. We had a good time. If you wasn't there, you really missed something really, really special.
You gotta make it out to the next one.
You gotta make it out to the
have
next
to.
one. Yeah.
You absolutely have to. What was your favorite part, though? I know what my favorite part was.
Yeah,
what was your favorite part? We'll start with you. Go ahead.
My favorite part was I love the dancing. I like when we were dancing
The
and
line
we was
dancing?
out there
Okay.
vibing. Yes,
That was fun.
that was just a breaking point for everybody to get comfortable with each other and just party a little bit. Everybody knows how much I like to party, so like that was like the best part to me. But also, side note, the other best part. Hold on,
no, it don't work like
all right,
that.
I'm gonna say that.
You see how you ask people they favorite part today? My
And we add
other.
a
Stop
little more.
going on too long. Cut it down. No. But my favorite part.
What is your favorite part?
I just really want to give a shout out to the man amongst men. It takes a lot to step up and step out there. So I really wanted to give a shout out to Bertram. Hey now, he was definitely on the show. But when he took the teddy bear and then he found that lucky lady and then he slid on down and gave it to her, and then the DJ was on point with the pony. That took me over the edge.
Yeah.
I was like, hold up, wait a minute. Woo, bring it back.
Well,
That was my favorite part.
As y'all know, we try to hook up the singles,
We
know what
do.
I'm saying, in the event and whatnot.
Especially me. I be trying to help y'all find love because I'm still searching. So, people who don't have nobody be trying to help other people.
We got to follow up with them too and see if they found love
We
in the open space. Okay, we got to see if they found love in the open space.
Yes.
And I thought that was awesome. Just the point of just being out there. Yeah, you can't make that stuff.
Yeah, no.
It was awesome. Listen, the levels of diversity that we had at this event was just astonishing.
The age range was crazy.
The age range.
Oh, yeah, that too, yeah.
It was just awesome. We had Jason, like the dessert bar was on point. Like people didn't even want to eat.
Do you know how many people came up to me and was like, oh, can I? I was like, it's edible. You can eat it. Go ahead. And then when I told them to go ahead, they still didn't want to touch it. I was like, no, go ahead. It was so funny.
And
it was beautiful. Absolutely want to give a shout out to J Sims Catering. They did the damn thing.
Yes, they did.
Oh, yes.
And
I ain't get to try none. Maybe next time I'll be able to try something. But I'm glad everybody else got to partake, and everyone loved it. They said it was great. They said it tastes wonderful. The cupcake with the strawberry on it was what everyone was just going crazy for.
Yeah.
And the pops. So, you know.
So the desserts were made by Events by Trisha, and J Sims Events they do event planning and putting together. So she put together the whole dessert bar and put her touch on it and everything like that. And she's awesome. Yeah, I really need to go and check her out if you're having an event.
Oh
in
yeah,
the future.
she's definitely about to get some clients because a lot of people came up to me asking for her information. So, and I definitely passed it along and I gave them her Instagram. So yeah, girl, some business is coming your way, honey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so like I was saying, as far as my little side note of what I also liked about the event, we did make some love connections at Love and Relationship.
Of course.
I mean, there was people rapping. I mean, just having their own little
bar conversations and stuff.
I mean, there was one couple. Well, they might be a couple now. You never know. And they was sitting there talking. Basically, to the end of the night, till we was leaving. I think they stayed there.
Everything was packed up.
But look, listen, I'm happy for them, and I'm happy our event could do that. You know, so that's smooth. I can't wait for our Spring Fever event that's gonna come up.
That's be off the chain, y'all.
And hopefully, and hopefully these new people that came to our event is supporting us and listening. And
liking, subscribing, sharing. Word of mouth is the best. So I mean, if you had a great time, tell somebody else about it. Tell your mama, your cousin, like your brother, your sister, your boo. Or maybe you don't want to bring the boo, but somebody. Tell a friend. Tell a friend.
Tell a friend and tell a friend.
Tell a friend. Yeah.
And we just released the teaser.
Yes,
of the video.
The video is up, shot by the amazing Deanna. We love working with her. She kills it every time.
She kills it every time.
She does.
And we had to kind of revolve around like her schedule. Be like, well, where can you go?
Her. We want her.
But she did an amazing job.
As always. Listen,
it looked as fun as it was. So when you check out the teaser, it is definitely a fun video to look at and things like that, and it was just that fun at the event. So I loved it. I told we did a great job. Can we get a pat on the back?
Yes, we did a good job. Pat on the back. It's only going to be better next time. So if you didn't get a chance to come out, make sure you come out to Spring Fever.
Yes. And big shout outs to Chaos itself because he did the spoken word. Listen, people suddenly, they get caught up in the conversation part, but before the conversation part, the whole spoken word was just phenomenal.
Amazing.
And listen, if you don't get a chance to catch this guy when he does his regular routine show, make sure y'all come to the next event because you don't want to miss that part. Definitely.
Absolutely.
And people was on time this time.
Look, y'all. Look. Can we be frank?
They get better.
Can we be frank? We be knowing y'all not going to be on time. Y'all really caught us off guard because y'all was on time.
People was on
They
time.
was on time. Look, we family at Drinks and Conversations, all right? Yes. So we going to do y'all like your family do y'all. If the event start at 7, you tell everybody it start at 5. That way everybody be on time.
Yeah, but you can't tell everybody the secret.
They already know. They already know. They may not have known we was family, but now they know now. But y'all was on time, so all right now. We got the memo. We got the memo.
They said, don't play with me. Don't play with me. But luckily, come on time. We want you guys to come on time. We want you guys to be there.
Absolutely.
So that was fine. A lot of news has been going on, and we got a lot to catch up on.
Oh, my gosh.
So, I mean, let's talk about one of the biggest stories that's out right now, and that is between Karrueche and Chris Brown. And everybody's talking about this, and this is, Karrueche filed a restraining order against Chris Brown and said that she got, hit in the stomach and thrown down the flights of steps and things like that. And she's in fear of her life. So, and now on the other hand, you got Chris Brown sitting here wanting to fight Soulja Boy in the fight, which is no longer going down. Explain all of this. Explain
what?
I mean, why is this happening? Why is this
because
coming on?
People have lives to leave. I mean, but you also left off. Chris Brown released that video about 2 weeks ago or a week ago about how If he love you, basically it's just the video. I don't know word for word, but he was like, if I love you, I'm gonna keep stalking you, and no one else will. Just like there's some crazy stuff. If I can't
But
have you,
haven't
no
we
one
all
else will.
said that though? When you love somebody,
it doesn't matter. That can be used against you. You can say whatever you want to say. You have the freedom to say it, but at the end of the day, it's going to be used against you, and that is very incriminating for someone who is now taking out a restraining order on you and is in fear for her life, and especially with those things that you recently said. And that's why what your mama always tell you: watch your mouth. You can't be out here talking freely like that.
And not on the internet, you definitely can't.
Exactly, and it's just sad. You know what I mean? And one thing that I'm a revolving thought that I'm hearing that I keep bringing it up. I hear people saying it, and it's making me really upset. Is that she knew what he did to this person, or she knew what he did to that person. What does she think? That has absolutely nothing to do with anything. So please keep those comments to yourself. Half the people who have such bold statements to say about it is going through it themselves behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying? So it's let that girl.
I guess, and just to play devil's advocate just a little bit, I guess what they're saying is that you knew that this guy had a big public relationship in which it ended in domestic violence.
So is it wrong?
And then you got with him and you experienced kind of the same thing.
So what does that mean?
That means that you should have cut it off once you seen signs
somebody
of that.
else's experience is may not be your own.
And I get that, and that's probably true. But I guess that's where it's coming from. Is saying that this person, you've kind of known that in the past. Like you kind of know that.
People know a lot of negative things to people and still pursue them further. I think that because she's pretty, or because she's Karrueche, or because she's acting, people are not giving her she's human. She's a person just like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So she's going to live her life. She's going to make mistakes. Okay, if it was a bad decision, fine. Now she's filing a restraining order. I don't give a damn if he's the reason why we know her. That has nothing to do with anything. But isn't it
kind of like, okay, if you know somebody has been domestically violent, for a fact that your boyfriend has been domestic.
But that doesn't stop people from getting with people in general.
I didn't say that it does.
But I'm saying that's no reason not to pursue the person, because people deserve second chances. And you
give them second chances. That's why you get with them. But all I'm saying, and they may change. But once you get that experience too, once you get a domestic situation, it is already confirmation that no, this person hasn't changed. I'm experiencing the same thing. Why when people cheat
on you, you take them back? It's the same thing. The same thing. Why when people hurt you, you forgive them?
Now when you know they're a cheater already.
Why if you had a family member who stole from you, you let them back into your house? It's the same thing. We want to, as people, see the best in other people. We want to give people second chances. We want to forgive and be forgiven. So I get that. But don't be saying...
But that's not the reason why she left the relationship, though.
Her deal breaker is why she left the relationship.
But that wasn't the deal breaker.
Well, there's a lot of things. There's always that straw that breaks the camel's back, and there's only but so much people can take. So when she was ready to go, she's ready to go, and only she can determine when she's ready to go. Not because of what happened to somebody else can determine when I'm ready to go. When you're ready to go, you're ready to go, and she made the decision for herself.
I guess so. Listen, she's not losing nothing. I love.
But it just sucks for her to be in fear for her life. That's really sad that you have to feel that way to go and file a restraining order. I think he just needs to leave her alone and just realize that it's over and it's done and move on with your life.
People are saying
it would be so nice if people could just move on. Easier said than done.
It's hard to move on when you want somebody so bad that you can't have. Especially us as men, we know that once we have something that we want that we can't have.
With all this mental health issue and all these things going on, it's always some story about somebody killing some ex or somebody killing their wife or somebody people are saying things like that, but they're actually doing them. I don't know. I've heard it more and more and more that people are beating somebody up, dousing somebody, but it's getting really, really violent. And when somebody makes a threat against your life or threatens you in any way, you have to take it seriously. I don't care if it was with LOLs at the end of it. Oh, I'm gonna do this. LOL, LOL, LOL. Take that type of stuff seriously, because it's not funny.
It's not. I mean, here's the thing. Chris Brown really needs a reality check. And here's the thing. It's you can't afford to do this, man. We do want the best for Chris Brown. We do. Like, he's talented, and we want him to be the best. I mean, just like what we saw when he was younger. But at the end of the day, he's having a hard time juggling his life. Period. And that's what it comes down to. He has a hard time juggling his life. But listen, we're gonna see. We're gonna be here watching.
Like everybody else. Just stop
And
giving
stay
that girl
away
a
from
hard
Karrueche,
time.
man. But then it's a bad time because it's like now you got this whole fight with Soulja Boy. And Soulja Boy
I
makes
think he said he's not doing that anymore.
Yeah, he said he's not gonna.
They shouldn't do that.
My
no
prediction
way. That's
was
a waste of time.
My prediction was they were never doing it. Then we say it. I said it. I said I don't think this fight is gonna go down. It's not gonna go down.
A waste of time.
He don't need to be fighting anybody.
No.
Period. Point blank.
I think after you already know how I feel about fighting. After a certain age, unless somebody hurts your mama or your child, like fighting is just
It's just not
unnecessary. It's just not. It's just unnecessary. Like, move on. Leave that behind you.
But you could get these
Child's
hands.
play. Child's play.
You can catch me outside.
Oh gosh.
Let's talk about the Catch Me Outside girl because hold up.
You the one who wants to. Look.
I mean, she's been everywhere. Listen,
that
she's
child
been trying to get on.
Old. I thought she was older, but apparently she's 13 years old. She in music videos counting cash and being disrespectful and acting out. That's the
she
type
went
of
back and forth with Soulja Boy.
I have no time for her. I didn't even know she went back and forth with Soulja Boy. Why is Soulja Boy even going back and forth with her now? What happened?
I don't really know what happened, but I know she said something to the extent that she made more this month than he made all year. Whatever the case may be, just trolling basically.
And he took the bait.
And he took the bait, basically.
Lord.
But Catch Me Outside girl has been, her team has been emailing all of the radio stations.
For what? Bless you.
Excuse me. Has been
Sweat
emailing
and
all
germs.
of.
I saw something.
Has been emailing all of the radio stations trying to get on the program and basically
what?
hyping herself up. I mean,
to get an interview or to hear
get an interview.
Song or what is it?
And she has a song and she has music and stuff.
She has music. She's an artist. She has more than that.
They said it's number 20 on Spotify. If that really means something.
She has other music, or is it the little Cash Me Out?
No, she has other music.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's been trying to capitalize on this little opportunity.
Follow a dream, but I don't know. I thought it was just.
Listen, let her be great, okay?
She's fine. Like she's not on my radar. That's all.
But you can catch them hands though if you run into Catch Me Outside girl. Listen.
Like
I like a
you
little
don't even
Russian.
know her name. You like Catch Me Outside girl. Like,
that's her name. That's Catch Me Outside girl. But listen,
No.
her fame is gonna run out. This little 15 minutes. It's gonna go. It's gonna come and go. But capitalize off of it. Listen, she got 15 million subscribers. Do something. I hear she's being sued because she put that phrase on another company's logo, things like that. But listen, your come up is your come up.
That's how you feel.
Your come up is your come up.
So
if it translucents into some
anything is
cash,
worth capitalizing off, right?
Listen.
Anything. It don't matter what it is.
Hey, if
it don't matter what it is.
It matters.
It don't matter what it is.
Hey,
I'm
listen.
asking.
Sometimes a great thing could come out of it. Literally.
I'm just shaking my head. I hope it don't fall off. You hear this nonsense?
All these relationships are going to hell.
I know. Hurt babe, boot babe, all these babes I don't even know anymore. But boot babe, she wasn't playing. Come to her man if you want to. And shout out to her boots. Some little red velvet boots was very, very cute.
Yeah, she curved that real.
Did she? She intervened heavily. She was like, stop. Wait a minute.
But you know what? That would y'all like turn me on as a man.
Oh,
like
see,
I would just be like
super
super turned on. Like I'll be like,
what?
yo. Because it's like
what?
She's super protective. Like that's
protective.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, I guess. Dudes always.
It was an auction. It was an auction for a night. She went over to her man. She wouldn't have liked it, basically. So she cut it off. I would do the same thing if it was my girl and the dude. I'd be like, hold up, nah. You ain't about to be flipping my girl upside down and fake eating her out and all that. Like, it's not about to go down like that. Like, stop.
Who said that's what she was doing?
You know what I'm saying?
You be
You're not about
going
to
left. You be
you're
going
not about
left.
to use my girl as a demonstration
she
piece.
was on it. She was on it. I
you
was
get
like,
one of
hold
these
up.
single chicks out here that's gonna do it.
Well,
That's
I don't know why they was in the front row. I feel like if you had an auction and you coupled up, sit in the back. Why you sitting in the just leave the singles in the front, okay?
But she was real
leave
pressed
the people who trying to get got.
She had her boot over his leg already, so she must have already knew what was going down.
No, I think she knew she was at an auction, so she knew she had to hold on tight already. She was already comfortable. She was, it's just like they should have sat in the back.
But I'm mad at the girl. Like, you ain't peeped that leg. You ain't peeped.
she thought she
must have really liked him,
but then
though.
when
Or
she got
must
there, she was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, she was a little embarrassed.
It was just funny, a little comedy, a little comedy. That was funny. I got a good laugh.
She was hurt.
That. I thought it was funny. She didn't care. They her man. Shoot.
Listen,
it was just funny.
Hopefully she moved on to somebody that was single. After we ain't see the rest of the clip.
I know it was a real short clip. I wish I could have saw more to get a better idea.
But let's talk about Hurt Bae.
Let's talk about it.
Hurt Bae.
Let's talk about it.
Did you see the viral video?
Everyone saw the viral video. That's why it's viral. Did you see the video in its entirety?
I did see the video in its entirety.
Okay.
And
because you be half-assing some stuff sometimes.
It depends on what it is. It depends. But
how did you feel when you first saw it?
Well, the video. Well, if y'all don't know what the video is about, the video is about a relationship, a couple that actually are telling the truth about infidelity and cheating, and they are giving the raw truth to each other. That's the premise of the video. Okay, so my whole thing about it is that he was being honest. Like, that's what happened. Now, understand.
How did you feel, though, when you watched the exchange between the two?
I felt bad for her.
You felt bad for her? Okay.
Yeah, I did feel bad for her. But at the same time, I understand, like, that, like, the real. He's giving you the real. Like, he's giving you the real. Like, he's being 100. You sat down to talk about this and to be 100. So, therefore, he's giving it to you raw, no chaser. You gotta be, and she did a good job. And she did a good job being 100 herself and asking exactly what she wanted to know. And this is why, we trying to protect y'all sometimes. This is why we don't reveal. This is why men don't reveal everything, of all of those type of things, even though
that's how y'all
women know about it.
By keeping secrets. Don't create the secret, but okay.
It could very well go vice versa.
But in this situation it didn't, so let's just stick with the situation at hand, okay? When I first saw it, I felt like, oh my God, this is so sad, And then when I saw it again, I was like, what is really going on here? And then people started making all these parodies and just like, is it an African version, a Jamaican version, and all these versions are just, it's funny now and it's just hilarious. But at first, I felt really sad for both people. Mm-hmm. I felt bad for him and I felt bad for her.
Well, I mean, this is a couple
young
from
love, man.
Right, this is
Ain't they from the area?
They from college. I don't know if they're from the area.
I think they said the dude was from the area. This is
a young couple from college, I believe from high school to college, or, whenever the time that they spent together. And this was just something, this is a normal story, though. A lot of people experience this.
Yeah.
All the time.
Unfortunately.
Where is men don't appreciate a good girl like herself and things like that, and you go through the fellas that treat you wrong and cheat around on you and stuff like that,
and vice versa.
And vice versa. But this is a story. But here's the thing: they sat down and they talked about it.
Do you think it was beneficial though for either people?
For them to move on, yes. If they wanted to move on with a friendship or a relationship, I do. I believe that sometimes. Well, I'm 50-50 50-50 on it. Okay, I'm 50-50 on it because a lot of people can't handle that reality. Just like when she asked, "Well, how many times did you cheat on me?" and he said, "Too many to count." Now, see, you got to be careful about the words that you use. and being honest about it. He's probably really honest, like too
count.
many to count. Like I wasn't keeping track. You know what I'm saying? But he could have left some of that to, he could have just said, listen, that's not important. Or, but if you want the real, we're going to give you the real. What you want me to say, 27 times, 28 times? So you can say that, oh, you cheated on me 28,000 times. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's no right or wrong answer to that. Do you want to know the truth or don't you? At the bottom line, do you want to know the truth?
I think
do you want to know the truth?
The truth is necessary is if you're going to stay with the person. I feel like if we're already broken up,
you catch your man cheating, or you got an inkling of your man cheating. Do you really want to know the truth?
I'm leaving.
You want to know the truth just so you can get a reason to leave.
If I feel like you're cheating on me, you're cheating on me. If I feel, and I know, like women, we know. If I really feel like that, then you're cheating on me. I just gotta see. I gotta catch a red hand. For what? What is the difference? You already feeling all the. Look.
Because sometimes you don't know.
No, and sometimes you do know. Without having to go and see and find. You done seen enough little red flags already that's letting you know this might not.
You gonna believe me
right
or
way.
you gonna believe your lying eyes?
My lying eyes. You're so stupid. Relationships are hard work. They are. You just gotta find somebody who wants the same thing you want. You know what I'm saying? Someone who wants monogamy cannot be with someone who feels like they don't have to be with one person. And it's just like those two people always find each other.
The thing about it is you really don't know. That's the whole thing about it. It starts off that way, and it's been that way for years. But as you grow up, people change.
No, but
you experience
when you do
different
find
things.
out that you don't, then let it go. I think a lot of people's problem is they try to hold on to something and do X, Y, and Z. You can't do that. Once you find out you're going down this path, or if you cheated, you need to, and you're going to continuously cheat. Just leave the person alone.
Well, he asked her. Well, why did you stay? He asked her.
Well, maybe in the beginning she didn't know. We don't know the levels of it. We don't know when she found out. Maybe she found out at the 5th or the 6th person, but he knew he was getting away with it the first 1, 2, 3 people. He should have let her go at that point.
She caught him with another girl in his dorm room.
All those. He said he don't know how many times he's cheated on her. If you knew you were cheating on her that many times.
No, she knew.
We don't know when she knew is what I'm trying to express to you. We don't know at what point she realized that.
That's true.
So I'm saying if you cheated with her from 1 to 10 girls and she found out on the 10th girl, it's your responsibility to cut her loose at the 3rd or 4th one if you know you're just going to keep doing this shit all the time is what I'm saying.
But why is his responsibility?
What do you mean? Because you're lying to someone and you're deceiving someone. So it's your responsibility because you know what you're doing. So clearly, if you're doing this, you don't want to be with that person. You have to pick and choose. You cannot. Everyone wants to have their cake and eat it too, especially when it comes to relationships.
But that's the whole point.
No, it's not the whole point.
No, I mean, but that's the whole point of the mindset of he wanted to have his girlfriend and have other women too.
And that's where you have to say, you know what, I can't. If this is the lifestyle that I want to lead, then I need to let this person go because I'm hurting this person.
But you don't want to let the person go.
But it doesn't matter what you want at this point. It's what you need to do because clearly your actions are showing what you really want. I think sometimes
a lot of people do that, especially women.
They
love their guy because their guy takes care of them. Their boyfriend does all of the things that they want, but then you have some side dude, some young dude, or whatever the case may be, that gives you that type of something that you've been missing and that you're not getting from your boyfriend or whatever the case may be. Like, that happens all the time.
Okay,
so therefore, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you want to have your relationship and you want to have extracurricular things too.
No.
So you're not going to get rid of that.
Now, if I have this young male coworker who just makes me laugh, let's say my whatever used to make me laugh, he don't make me laugh anymore. And when I go to work and I talk to this particular young guy who just always makes me laugh, okay, that's fine. That's not a big deal. That's okay. So
if you're super attracted to that, though.
I'm not talking about attraction. You said that if they have something that, you're not getting from the other person and they're doing it for you. And I'm just saying with this woman in my scenario, it's just laughter. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. But now let's say my man is not sexing me right, so I go have sex with this person. So now that is an issue where it becomes wrong and I need to let my person go because it's sex. And then we're talking about laughter. It's different things. But I'm saying if you over there cheating and having sex and giving your body to this person, first of all, are you even being protected? And then everything else that goes along with it, just let me go. You playing too many games.
But at the same time, you kind of like.
I know what people are doing, but
at the same time,
even though a lot of people are doing it, yeah, but people doing it, yeah, but people doing it, because you keep saying people doing it. I get it, but that's not right.
But if it's right in your face, oxytocin. If you come to your boyfriend's dorm room and he has another woman there, and you leave,
obviously because they're not together. So maybe that was the straw that broke the camel's back.
But that wasn't the straw that broke the camel's back. But she said it. She basically said that I stayed because you were my best friend. Not the fact that you remember these times that you know he was cheating. You walked in on him and he told you to leave. The point of the matter is you were at a stage where you felt as though you couldn't have anything better, or you couldn't live without that person, which a lot of people go through in a relationship.
They feel blind.
They feel like they can't live without that person, so they accept all of these things.
Or they may not feel like they can't just live without that person. They may just love that person too much and don't want to walk away. People have their different reasons for staying.
Listen,
I mean, I don't know what that reason is, but there's a plethora of different reasons why people want to stay. And it's a lot of reasons why he wants to hold on to him. But I feel like if you're the wrong party and you're doing something that's wrong, you need to let the person go. It's your responsibility to let the person go. Not the person being hurt and being victim.
That never happens.
Matter if you're not. What we're talking about is what is the right thing to do. Regardless of what happens, it's not right to do a lot of things, but people still do it, and I get that. But it doesn't negate the fact that that's right. Even though people are not doing it, it doesn't negate the fact that that is the right thing to do.
And I agree with you. That is right. It's the right thing to do. But people don't do that.
Some people do. I would say majority of people don't.
I've never heard of somebody just cutting their relationship off just because they know that, listen, I'm going to cheat on you.
Because you hang with ridiculous people. It's like, no, but I have. I know my friends and people that I roll with, they're like not that they're rushing things, but people just don't have time to waste. You know what I'm saying, right now. And I feel like it's been like that for the past 3 years, more so than when I was a lot younger. You know what I mean? When I was a lot younger, hey. But more and more, people don't got time to waste. Nah, this person ain't for me. Let me just let that. You know, they doing this. People are letting people go. Nobody got no time to waste.
I guess so. They haven't got attached yet.
No, they're attached, but sometimes, you can see through the bullshit sometimes. And that just comes from being alone with yourself, working on yourself, thinking differently, you know what I mean? And really willing to sacrifice certain things to get to what you really want.
I get it.
And that's where it comes from.
Well, listen, if you don't ask for the truth, if you can't handle the truth. And that's the main goal and moral of this story. If you ask for the truth, make sure you can handle it. She handled it. And I mean, that's cool. But people are more sympathetic towards her now. But I'm just saying, like, if you can handle, like, make sure you handle the truth. So, if you ask for it, basically. Yeah. Well, y'all can't handle the truth because Beyonce is canceling her performance at
that
Coachella.
Was hilarious. You know how many people copped those tickets?
Just because right?
She was
they thought they was going to see Pregnant Bae.
Nah. But I think she came out and said she wasn't going to cancel, but shit changed when you pregnant. And, it's her second baby.
Listen, she having twins out here,
She got to relax. She got to take it easy. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Beehive. Y'all be all right.
Listen.
Y'all could buy some other tickets and see her again when she's doing something else.
We just seen her floating on a damn chair, going backwards on a damn chair. So we definitely seen her break. Yeah, we see. I mean,
she took it really easy.
She did take it a little.
Yeah, as she should. As she should.
Listen, she having twins, and we about to have another couple Blue Ivies. And listen, Blue Ivy looks just like Jay-Z. It's crazy. She looks like
both of them.
She looks
literally
like
both of them. A baby looks like when the child's with the mom, it looks just like the mom, and then when the child's with the dad, it looks just like the dad. And it just she has a healthy mix of both of them. Like, she looks just like Beyonce, but she looks just like Jay-Z.
She do have a healthy mix.
She's absolutely gorgeous. She's such a beautiful girl.
No DNA testing needed. That was actually one of our questions at our event. And but in this case, there's no DNA test. If I was Jay-Z and my baby came out looking like that, I already listen. We ain't got to do nothing or nothing with this baby because I already know.
Yeah,
she been came out looking like but see, Blue Ivy ain't about to be playing out here in these streets. Well, I can't wait until she becomes a teenager.
I can't wait until give her some time. Let her go through the process.
Until she becomes older.
I can't wait wait. Let that baby live.
Listen, I can't wait.
Enjoy every year.
I can't wait until
it's gonna happen. You just gonna be older.
I can't wait until she get into her ratchetness and she's
What?
just out here and we hearing stuff on.
For that child. She's a saint. Leave her alone.
We
But
hearing
I
stuff
can't wait
on
till she get into
TMZ
her
like
ratchetness.
Blue Ivy caught with marijuana. She's just not giving a fuck. She be on her
Don't be
Rihanna
putting
shit.
that on her.
Like, listen.
We rebuke that in the name of the Lord. Don't put that on that baby. Get out of here.
Blue Ivy is gonna be running this town. Get it? Hey.
Speaking of running this town, the Migos was running the town.
Listen,
apparently,
ever since they got that endorsement by Danny Glover, they've
been off the chain.
They've been off the chain. They've been being
bad. Just bad.
Just bad. Just been
bad.
doing whatever.
So apparently, they them and some dudes jumped in quotation marks because you don't know Sean Kingston, and like I said, we talk about that a lot in the podcast. It's about fighting in general, and I just feel like, who is fighting? Like,
the problem is why is everybody beating up with Sean Kingston? Because what is it with Sean Kingston that people are not liking?
I don't know, but for him to walk out and think that they're gonna have a conversation, and for 9 guys to be out there and just start, like he said, he didn't even have a chance to look left or look right or blink. They just started beating him down. That's what he said from the horse's mouth.
Ain't nothing worse than getting jumped. Ain't nothing worse than getting jumped.
Y'all gotta stop jumping people out here. That's just
but my thing is, Sean Kingston, I've come to the conclusion that he must either be he must be like a fuckboy. Like he must be like just a lying ass nigga, because it's like it's too many people that's just not fucking with him. Like that just don't rock with him. That I'm seeing.
Who doesn't rock with him?
I mean, the game doesn't rock with him.
Clearly, the Migos don't. And then
the game doesn't rock with him. It's a couple of other people. I mean, every time we hear about Sean Kingston, it's either he got his chain stolen, he got beat up. He's going with beefs with somebody. It's always something with him. So I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's just bad publicity.
What do you think he should do at this point? If you were Sean
Change
Kingston,
profession. Something.
That's what you would do? Give up your dreams because people keep wanting to fight
you? No, he's
you?
making money. I mean,
he turned it off.
Yeah, he's making money. He's doing this thing. He's producing. He's writing a lot of songs for people. He's a songwriter, so he's still getting his money. Trust and believe. He's getting his money.
That's cool. So your advice is for him to just lock himself away in the restroom and to never, ever, ever, ever come out. That's just great. It just sucks. Like I said, I don't want anyone to be jumping. I hate it. I frown upon jumping. Look, if you're going to fight somebody, square up 101 if you got an issue. But don't be jumping nobody out here. It's not even that serious. But we don't even know if he was really jumped. He said 9 guys. I mean, if you jump at 9 people, I don't even think it's 9 people. I mean, I just would know I was jumped. But for him to be like, it was 9 people specifically, I'm a little, I don't know how I feel about this story. But, more power to him. He looked fine, so it doesn't look like he was hurt too much. So stop fighting out here.
I thought
You thought what?
Well, he denied it at first. But
no, I just watched the interview before we came on, and it was him and his best friend, and he was like, he had 3 people with him, and 9 people were there beating him and punching him and stuff. So that's what he said.
Oh, Lord. Sean Kingston, our prayers are with you, brother. We don't know what to say upon that. Our prayers just are with you.
Yes.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Listen, next time, just tell Amigos to do a pay-per-view fight, get Floyd and get Mike Tyson. Just follow that whole blueprint, the Soulja Boy Chris Brown blueprint, if you want to do something and make some money. Okay,
all these feuds. But let's talk about Donald Trump real quick in this restroom fiasco. You know how he's revoking the this word always just blah, blah, blah. Transgender. Yes. How he's revoking the transgender bathroom choice that was put in place by old POTUS, Barack Obama. What do you think about that?
I really don't know what to really think about this, but my whole thing is either I have 2 options. So either they need to make a mandate where you have 3 bathrooms, or you have unisex 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 bathrooms, or you have unise you leave it up to, the cities and towns and stuff like that, to the states basically, to come up with a determination. But I feel as though if you're transgender, if you're a guy transitioning into a woman, more than likely already, in what's been happening in history, they use women's bathrooms. I mean, that's just it, And for a girl transitioning into a guy, I feel as though they still use women's bathrooms, or they may use a man's bathroom, but ideally, that has been going on for a long time already. So I don't know. It depends.
Let me tell you, if I have to really use the restroom, I'm going to the available seat.
The next available seat.
Yes, I've had to really go, and I just have to go into the men's restroom because look, I have to really use the restroom, and I can't hold it, and I'm not gonna but those it's really rare. It's not like all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like before I go outside, and I've seen people like just pulling up somewhere, just using the restroom outside. That's something I refuse to do.
Okay.
So I mean, it's either the women's restroom if I just really can't hold it. Who knows what I'm going through?
But
who
we
knows
talking
what
about
I'm eating?
schools.
Who know what I eat and that? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But for me, I would use either restroom. But I feel like in public school, what about the child who is that specific gender? So I know you get to choose because you're transgender, but what about the other students? I feel like everybody should feel comfortable. And
you go in whatever bathroom that you choose.
No, they should just have a separate restroom for them.
They should have a separate restroom for transgender.
Yeah.
But what if they're
because they're saying that the reason why they're doing that is because they're not safe going into that restroom. So if I'm transgender and I'm dressed like a dude, if I go into the girls' restroom dressed like the dude, even though I'm really a girl, I'm not safe. But people been fighting all the time. Stuff been happening all the time.
I don't
in the
really
restroom
see how you're safe. I think the major cause of it is that people feel like that if a guy is dressed as a woman and they go into a woman's bathroom, they can still be attracted to women. So therefore, just because you're a guy in a quote unquote in a dress, you go into a woman's bathroom where you have little girls
but that's why people aren't comfortable with it.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying they do it anyway. They have been. Transgender's been going into women's bathrooms for years.
And I'm saying I go in sometimes when I have to. I get that. But when it comes to public schools, I feel like everybody should be represented. You know what I'm saying? We just shouldn't care about the transgender student needs. We should care about all the students' needs.
And I get
so
that.
If they don't want, you got to admit, when you going to school from elementary to middle school, everybody already knows who's what. We was in 3rd grade together, so it's not like that element of surprise. Like we don't know. Like everybody knows. Like even when I went through school, we knew who was the students that was by high school. They looked like a woman, but we was in class with you in 3rd grade, so everybody already knew.
I mean, yeah, that's true. But what bathroom did you use? Is the whole thing about it. I mean, just my whole thing is, even though people know that you're a man, you're dressed as a woman, that person is gonna feel more comfortable going into the woman's bathroom.
And what about the women? What about their feelings? Are we taking that into consideration?
I mean, let's be real. I mean, it's not like you're in an individual stall.
But if you're saying how they feel, what about how the woman feels? And that's my issue. Like everybody's feelings need to be taken into consideration.
But I don't think women really have.
You don't think women have what? I'm sorry.
I mean, I think it's a concern. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think it's a huge thing. And I'm just saying that only because it's been happening for so long.
So you don't think it's a huge deal because it's a lot of things that's been going on for so long that are big deals to certain people. But you wouldn't know because you're not a woman. But I feel like everybody's we shouldn't just try to make one group of people feel comfortable. We need to make sure that everybody feels comfortable, and that we shouldn't put one group of people's needs above other people's needs. And that's what I feel about the situation. So I mean,
so we should just have a transgender bathroom, and
that may be the only solution. I can't see it working out any other way. What other way? Or you know how you always have, like how they have they made the family restroom where the mother, the father, and the child can go in together.
Well, that's how they made it equal. They made it so that whatever you identify with, you're able to go in that bathroom. So if you identify as male, you can use the male bathroom. If you identify as a female,
yeah,
you
but
you
what
can
about
go in
the
women's
females
bathroom.
that aren't comfortable with that? And what about the males that aren't comfortable with that? You have to take that into consideration.
I mean,
We're
listen,
only
you going to
thinking
take a
of the
shit.
needs of
There
one
ain't
person.
that much comfortability
Well,
that
you don't
really
know.
need.
People are sending their children into the restroom without them, which is something that I don't do. But I'm just saying, like, everybody's needs
going
to
in
be
to
taken
do
into
one thing.
consideration when making a universal decision like that. Is what I'm saying. We can't just think about one group of people.
And everybody's going
And
there
that's
to
the
do
problem.
one thing, oxytocin. They're going there.
Don't matter. I don't want to shit next to you, and I don't.
Well,
So,
listen, you got some
look.
serious issues if you don't want to shit
Look,
next
I don't
to
want to
somebody
shit next to you.
and want to stall.
No, I don't want to shit next to you.
Oh, well.
Not
Hey.
somebody, and that's what people may feel. They may feel like everybody has their reasons.
Well,
for
then
feeling
you
how
go
they
to
feel.
your own private bathroom
Well,
at
clearly
home.
that's why we have public restrooms, because that's not always going to be the case. You know
And
what I
then
mean?
you gotta-
but
and
just
then you
like
gotta
you
deal
have
with the
locker
public.
rooms at school, people changing. When you go to your Planet Fitness or your gym, look, the men are in the men's, the women are in the women's. That's just how it's always been.
Right, and if you identify with yourself as
Not
a
if
man.
you identify. You keep saying that. Okay, there's men who identify as women, right? But their whole get up, I see that you're a man. Okay?
Okay.
I don't know. I don't want you in the restroom with me. And
So you want them to go into
people feel.
you want them dressed as a
And that's how
woman
people feel.
going into the man's.
It doesn't matter. You were born a certain gender, and people feel like they should go into that restroom. Why make it a big issue? If you were born this way, go into that restroom. You were born that way, go into that restroom. It becomes the issue. Like
It's very complex.
It is very, very complex. But I mean, just to take away the complexities, just as you were born, I say just go in there. If I was born a man and I changed into a woman, I'm gonna just go into the men's restroom just for the sake of no problem. Just for the sake of no problem.
You gonna go to the
Like,
men's
I feel
bathroom
like
and use a
don't break
urinal,
something that's not- don't break-
basically.
Yeah,
No,
I would.
okay. And
Just
with
to
what?
take
You're
out
still
all
a
these
woman
problems.
at the end of the day.
What do you mean I'm still a woman? I
You're
said
still
if
a-
I were a man. That's what I might. That's what
I'm saying you a woman
But regardless,
transitioning
I
into
feel like
a man.
just keep, when it comes to the restroom, just keep shit how it is.
Baby.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just keep it
That's
how
what I
it
was
is.
saying. Listen,
Just keep it how it is. It is what it is.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
I
Hold
want
the
my
restroom
biggest
talk.
thing is I just want everyone to be comfortable. You know what I mean? And I don't want anybody else's needs to be put above someone else's. And that's just how I've heard people say that they feel. You know what I mean? And that's how they feel. I don't use public restrooms, as you know. I hold it until I get home because
Fucking
that's
up
just
your
me.
whole system.
Unless it's like I ate some crazy food, and my
Okay.
stomach is bubbling, I gotta go. That's like the only reason I would use a public restroom. Outside of that, clink clink, till I get in my house. I love being comfortable. Like, I love being comfortable. I want to use the restroom in my home.
I get it.
That's
I
it.
get it. Well, that's cool. Well, listen, y'all, we about to get up out of here. It's been crazy. I can't wait into the next drinks and
Intro Pick
conversation.
said all the transgenders can come to his house and use his restroom whenever they want.
Yeah, if you can make it, you can come.
No,
Listen,
we
equal
love
opportunity.
everybody here, but you know, it is what it is.
Listen, we gonna see.
This is just how people
Listen, we gonna see. It's controversial. Actually, we're gonna talk about this a little bit more.
Yeah, we
we're gonna
have
see if we're gonna get a couple guests who've actually experienced this to kind of give a
shed
little bit
some
more
light on this for us.
Yeah, because we need to know and we need to be
Yeah.
informed.
For some people,
Yeah.
it's just black and white. Like,
Yeah.
you're a guy, go there. You're a woman, go there. But I guess for others, it may mean a little more.
Yeah. Okay.
So we'll see.
Well, we about to get up out of here, guys. It's another episode of Drinks and Conversation.
The podcast.
Yes, and make sure that y'all tune in because we're going to have our next event coming up real soon. We're going to let y'all know. And, yeah, and I'm just excited. So just to recap, we had our Drinks and Conversation 5, Love and Relationships, over the past weekend. And it was awesome. And I hope that during the next event that you guys can join us if you missed us. And listen, it's about to be on and popping. Do you agree?
I agree. You guys, I am so tired. I've had a long and exhausting day. But I love running my mouth with intro picks. And I totally agree.
I was about
Our
to
next
say.
event is going to be
Don't-
great. Our last event was absolutely amazing. Come out, have a good time with us. we here at Drinks and Conversations, we love everybody. And we hope you guys love us back. And if you don't, middle finger to you. It's like, nah. Like, I got to get some sleep, man. You guys have a great, great night.
We out, y'all.
We out.
Yeah. Woo!